What's up, guys? I'm trying out the Madsen MG today, which is another LMG to make it into the support class. This is the first weapon to unlock for this special month of Battle Fest. It's an interesting weapon to use, and it's pretty different from the rest of the LMGs when it comes to its stats. You'll notice right away that it has a very large clip right at the very top of the gun, making it very similar to the style of the Bren gun. It also makes you wonder how similar the stats are when it comes to it and the Bren gun, but you quickly notice that the Bren gun is still the king of accuracy for the LMGs. Another thing you'll notice is the difference in damage with not just the Bren gun, but all the machine guns, whether it be a light machine gun or a medium machine gun. The Madsen falls short in its damage output compared to all of these guns, which makes it definitely feel pretty underpowered when using it on the battlefield. Another thing that makes it feel pretty underwhelming at first is its 25 round magazine size. It's not the lowest, but it's not the best either for the LMGs. It does, however, tie for the lowest rate of fire next to the Bren gun with a 514 rate of fire. All three of these things really at first make the gun feel like it's going to have a hard time keeping up with the rest of its counterparts. It's definitely not a gun you'll be running in thinking you're going to go in and clear an entire room out due to its really slow rate of fire and its very low damage output. After a while though, playing with the gun, I began to notice where its advantage really is, and that's in its control. Stock, it beats out all the other LMGs in its control, with some of it being out quite substantially. And that's just with the gun stock. When it comes to specializations, you have the option to equip the recoil buffer, which increases its control even more, crushing any of the competition the other LMGs can muster. This gun is so controlled when posted up, it actually rivals the control of the medium machine guns, who are supposed to have some pretty nice control due to the bipod nature of the gun. So it's a little bit funny how we get a gun that's not a medium machine gun, but really needs to be posted up with this bipod to be most effective. Once you get yourself posted up with this new gun, you'll notice how the gun just does not move when you fire. This is when I begin to realize how well you can actually take advantage of the control and really do damage on enemy players by getting yourself posted up and letting the control take over, hopefully increasing your chances of landing as many shots as possible, making up for the lack of damage this gun deals. There's also a few other specializations that help the gun out. You can equip the extended magazine, which moves its magazine up from 25 to 40, making it closer to the larger magazine sizes of the LMGs, such as the 47 round Lewis gun. I also went and first chose the quick reload, since playing aggressive with this gun isn't the best in my opinion. Again, that low damage and rate of fire you'll really feel if you're trying to charge in, so I figured it'd probably be best just to use a quick reload on top of the extra rounds for my magazine in attempts to make at least the magazine size the least of my concerns for this new gun. You finally then have the choice to choose the ported barrel or the high velocity bullets. I went ahead and chose the ported barrel, which gives the gun less horizontal recoil but increases its accuracy for the stats, making its accuracy okay for the gun, but still a little lacking compared to all the other LMGs. So if you want to go down the right side of the specializations, you very much could to increase the accuracy in things like the stationary and movement fire. Again, the control on this gun is extremely good already stocked, so you could very much afford skipping the control and increasing its accuracy in the specializations as well. When it comes to this gun though, I feel like it is really only meant to perform well if you're playing posted up a lot with the bipod, and its advantage is that control being just as good as the medium machine guns, but with the added advantage of being able to aim down sights when moving around, unlike the medium machine guns where you are forced to hip fire. Now don't get me wrong, you can still run around a lot with this weapon, but the problem with that is if you get a little bit too aggressive and get too close to enemy players, their damage and their rate of fire is just going to destroy you. So really the advantage is posting up and using that control, and then you do have a little bit more of an advantage compared to at least the medium machine guns, where you can use your aim down sights if you have to move and you can't post up your bipod somewhere. You will feel the advantage of the control still aiming down sights without posting up your bipod. So overall, it's still interesting if you use it in that type of gameplay style, but like I was just saying, if you try to go in guns blazing, you're going to get wrecked, so do keep that in mind when using this new weapon. It is a little bit unfortunate it has such low damage output, and its rate of fire is pretty bad as well, because if either one of those was decent in my opinion, this would be a pretty solid gun, because right now in my opinion it's okay. I like the control of the gun, but everything else kind of makes it a bit difficult to use this weapon, so you really have to maximize that control to really take advantage of what this gun does well. But let me know what you guys think about this weapon. Do you think it might need a buff, or do you think maybe it's good enough? Do you think maybe that control outweighs any of the other downsides for the stats that it has? So maybe I need to try out more of increasing its accuracy for this gun, because again, the stock control for this weapon is pretty impressive to say the least. So maybe moving over to the right side specializations might help me out more and change my opinion on this, but as of right now it's okay. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But that is it for you guys today. Again, I always appreciate you guys being here. I am Living, and I'll catch you guys again later.